Fala galera, tudo bem com vocês? Aqui quem fala é o Maestro, como vocês estão? Eu espero que vocês estejam bem, bem-vindo ao canal, bem-vindo a mais um vídeo. Então vamos... tem um esconderijo, área segura dormir para... uma área segura para dormir e fabricar. A gente tem que vir nessa mulher aqui. Então... vamos que vamos. Estado de distrito, tá grave. Será que aqui tem o... a gente tem que ir pra cá. Vamos dar o sentido aqui. No voto, aquele cara tem bala. Aí a gente tem que ver como é que vai fazer para... Cara do legalhoso, filho. Eita, 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 eita. Caraca, o cara. Eita, ó, por que carregou? Ah, eu acho que eu dou ponto contra esses caras. Calma. Ah, esse é o tanque. Ah, dá pra encarar esses caras assim, achava que não dá pra encarar. Ó. Esses são os caçadores. Porra! Calma aí. Eita. Cara, nem pegou isso. Tá, achava que não dava pra encarar esses caras, mas acho que dá pra encarar sim. Por aqui, ó. Cadê o esconderijo?
First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Eita. Não dá pra vir por aqui, ó. O que tem nesse corpo aqui, ó? Estojos de cigarros e um anel. Ah, é na boa. Vamos conversar com ela aqui, ó.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies?
Provavelmente não existe, né?
I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Ah, então... Perguntas pessoas não deve ter. Tem que ter pistas.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Ah, aqui então é uma shop, né? Aqui tem um tônicozinho. Vou comprar um tônico dela. Frasco de vidro, frasco de vidro. Vou comprar um. Ah, eu não tenho mais moeda, então... Muito obrigado.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Obrigado. Ah não, apertei o botão errado. Pô, tem um...
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street? Not the best thing to do.
Ah tá.
What? You saw what happened?
É o cara que tava ali em
Who
cima.
are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. No one can help me. Not even you.
I have found a very interesting letter.
Ah, aqui é uma
Your son
missãozinha.
planned to prove his worth to the gang by stealing evidence.
Oh, I see. Son of a bugger thought he could use his dad to
Vou focar na missão principal, não
The
tem
gang's
muito que...
recruiter was dead when I found him.
Talvez eu faça
Perhaps
depois
you
minhas
should take
secundárias.
better care of your son.
I love my Albert, sir. Believe me. He's
Tá bom.
just an arsehole, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for the letter. This is for your trouble.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible
Ah,
cocktail.
já finalizei então.
Goodbye for now.
Ah, mas eu queria muito. Enxaqueca, não, o sangue desse... O sangue desse cara não tá tão bom assim não. Caraca, cadê o... Pra cá. É aqui em cima o... Esconderijo?
This is despicable.
Mano, cadê o... Cadê o esconderijo aqui? Será que esse X? Não. Ah, eu não sei onde está. Eu não sei onde está o... Então... Mandar pegar vários ratinhos aqui, ó.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Ah, sim. Não dá pra pegar os humanos, dá pra pegar esses aqui, né? Cheguei. Toc, toc.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now.
Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing.
Descanso para evoluir. Tá. Investigue as ações Darius. Tá, beleza. O cara tá com bronquite. Ó. Ah, tá. Tá explicado agora. Pô, tu não trocou essa roupa ainda, mulher? Que isso?
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church.
Então, a gente vai pra igreja Santa Maria.
Just downwind.
Show de bola.
I must
Então,
talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
então, onde está esse jornalista? Esse jornalista está... Encontra os moradores, encontra Richard e Clayton Darby. Ah, tem dois lugares pra ir aqui. Caraca, a gente tá com muito ESP, cara. Desconhecido, tem dois caras desconhecidos aqui. Pedir informação pros caras.
Please take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Ah, tá.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Tá, esse cara aqui é outro cara que vende. E esse cara aqui?
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson's son, a Colossus joker most, and I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Todos requerem pistas.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Dá pra ter papo com esse cara?
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whittaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
I have had enough for
Também
tonight.
não tenho nada pra perguntar pra esse cara. Então... Ih, caraca. Encontre o Clayton na região. Tá. Vou usar os sentidos vampíricos aqui. Eu tô fora da zona de encontro. Esse cara é desconhecido também.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But
Achei, você vergonha.
since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed.
Cara, tô ficando bolado já com essa ideia, quase toda hora de falar que é o nome dele. Aperte R1 para verificar o quadro
Do you
clínico.
need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Tratamento para fadiga. Eu precisava
I
disso não.
heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
eu explano, falo que é confidencial. Eu me importo com a saúde pública. Eu sou um médico, né? Tem que me importar com a
I'm
saúde
a doctor,
pública.
Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health in this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious, never goes out, doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can easily find him behind the church.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Encontre o Richard. Tá, agora tem que achar a caixa de correios. Tá. Essa aqui não, essa aqui é uma lixeira. Ah, tá.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Agora vamos prosseguir por aqui, ó.
It's locked, all right.
Percebi, meu amigo. Como é que eu vou agora encontrar esse Richard? Será que eu... Pera aí. Botão errado de novo. Posso tentar dar a volta. Gasto estamina com isso.
The walls of your home will not protect you.
Nossa, o jogo travou. pegando jeito muito fácil. Tô pegando um jeito muito fácil já nesse game. Provavelmente é aquele cara ali, ó. O cara não tem muita coisa. Esse aqui abre pra cá. É um atalho. Carta recusada. É, esse é o único cara que tá aqui.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town,
My words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet.
Eu tô gostando do game, hein?
Richard Nethercott,
At your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you if I can.
Tá.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I
Esse
thought
jogo
it
tu
was
tem
only
que
a
explorar
small
muito as possibilidades de
I
ter
invited
todos
him to
os
publish
diálogos.
my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Tá, já,
Extraordinary part of town, is it not?
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of it.
tá.
I'll leave you alone, sir. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult
Boa.
to incite.
Concluímos. Agora nós temos que ir. A gente dá uma... Ah, aqui ó, aqui tem os comerciantes. Ficou marcado os comerciantes. Então... Essa mulher que eu não sei quem é. Esse é comerciante também.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking.
Ela é...
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with it, does it?
É óbvio, né, meu amigo?
Very well.
Ah, tá bom.
Goodbye for now.
Porra, tá de sacanagem, né, Jonathan? A mina é muda, velho. Tá.
I'm cheap and I'm
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Ah, panfleto para você se listar pra guerra.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Ah, não tem um efeito de pensamento
Sir, wait.
que é de persuasão. Tem
Stop
que botar
this
muito
nonsense. I know
persuasão.
Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Potter.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you sit right here. Don't make me regret this, though.
Show! Entramos na casa. Agora tem que chantagear o cara. Cara não, a mulher no caso. O que tem aqui? Tem alguma coisa aqui, tem alguma coisa. Vai ter um cofre aqui. Ah, porra, pensei que tinha que ter a combinação do cofre. Fica mais...
It's locked, all right.
Ah, tá. Aí. Tá, beleza. Vamos lá. Essa mulher tá nessa casa aqui, ó. Cadê essa menina? Aí. Caraca, que maneiro. Cadê ela?
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily, high fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain, diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort, liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Tem mais algo que você deve saber?
Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalp! Hand me that scalp!
Vai furar a garganta pra furar. Uma traqueostomia, é isso mesmo.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Quer levar o cara pra lá? O cara tá fudido aqui, então...
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor.
Caralho.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you alright, Doctor?
I can't see. Yes. I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure alone. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Eu não sou médico,
Dose of
gente.
epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Yes. We did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same,
Então provavelmente não tinha
indistinguishable
como
from the
salvar
epidemic.
ele.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury?
Vamos saber sobre tudo aqui.
Why her? of all
Vamos saber
people?
sobre tudo. Nossa,
She's
esse
pristine and
espionagem
proper,
foi
all right.
fogo.
But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Tá, por que você não confia no
Dr.
Dr.
Swansea is a sensible
Swansea?
and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care.
Eu nunca confio nesse cara.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
Ué,
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty, nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
ok.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Você não tem polícia? Abraçar, vou acabar jogando mesmo. É, eu vou poupar a mina.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed, that sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then.
No, just privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment.
Agora eu acho que eu fiz a coisa certa então.
I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance
agora vi
your
vantagem.
noble endeavors.
Aceita, mulher.
We have
Senão tu
ourselves a
morre.
deal, Doctor. Good
Nice
customers
deal,
are always
nice
welcome.
deal.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
We have a deal. Entrevista com Vampiro, troféu. Beleza. Galera, vou encerrando o vídeo por aqui. Muito obrigado por ter assistido. Não se esqueça de dar o like, se inscrever no canal, compartilhar, ativar o sininho para receber as notificações. Toda segunda e sexta tem vídeo novo. Valeu, falou, até mais, galera. Até mais.